Abu Dhabi.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Rekha. It should be 7:40 p.m. in India. Today it is 19th of October 2024. And today is our just the
Guruji Namaskar.
Pranam Madhu. So today we are going to start with the question answer, and our topic of today is live experiences and practices on various topics related to our different type of practices, whether it is customary, religious, or the live experiences we face. So these questions we'll discuss. Before I go to that discussion, just let me inform you a few things. Forthcoming events of our group. So next month, I'll be 1 week. I'll be in Kolkata. That is in the middle of November. So I'm traveling on 15th of November night, overnight flight. I'll be there by early morning on 16th November in Kolkata. So now on 15th night, that is November, I'm talking 15th November night, that is Kartik Purnima. Kartik Purnima is the birthday tithi of Mahavatar Babaji. So this is as the overnight I'll be flying on that particular night. I have to catch flight here at around 9 o'clock. So I have to go and report at 6 o'clock in the evening around this time. So it will not be possible to hold any program from here or on 15th night. So we will celebrate Babaji's birthday on 16th evening. And it will be, we will be celebrated as a WeAreOne group celebration. We will do that in Kolkata. So normally I conduct any kind of workshops in my home in near Salt Lake Sector 5 or Rajahat Junction. But this time an Arpan has offered to host that. So it will be held at Arpan will be the host, Arpan and Shagatika's home. So by early next week, I will be publishing the program. It is the detailed program. So just whoever is in Kolkata on that day or visiting Kolkata on 16th of November, it is a Saturday. Yeah. Keep your day booked. So I will publish that the detailed program. It will be almost full day program because I'll be reaching very early morning. I need some sleep to catch up and meet my mother in the morning. So it will be just after lunch till the late evening. That will be the session on 16th of November. Okay, I will publish the program early next week, the detailed program. So this is about that. So, and I'm also planning for that, this is about the Saturday, which is 16th of November. Now that Monday, which will be, this Monday, which will be 18th of November, I'm thinking to organize a local trip to the places of interest of around in and around Kolkata, and there's some only the day trip. Whoever is there interested, they can join. Maybe we'll go to the Dakhineshwar Kali Temple where Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev's thing, Panchavati, and there's a river Ganges there. And then I also had a past life there. So I think many of you know story about that life. Then we'll go to Belur Math. Then we'll go to the Srirampur where Swami Yukteswar Giri, who is Swami Paramahansa Yogananda's guru. Yeah, so his ashram is there. We visited earlier also. And when the Ganga Sagar trip also we visited there, we'll visit again. And there is nearby, there is a ghat in the Ganges where Babaji appeared in front of Swami Yukteswar Giri, and that place, last time also when I visited Kolkata, I went there. They're constructing some small, the ashram type of thing, one room actually. So otherwise it is just open ghat. So we will be covering that as well. So this is the plan for the 18th. So we will be, whoever is interested, you can join me on that day. We will announce it. So maybe for coordination of the Monday's program, we will engage Ronita. Ronita, you are there? Ronita?
Guruji.
Yeah, Ronita will discuss separately about the Monday's program so that you can collect the information if whoever is interested. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so you will be the coordinator for Monday's program, which is 18th of November. The program I just explained, we will discuss separately on how to, organize, and the arrangement part we'll do. But just to collect the names, whoever is interested. And already for Saturday's program, I will publish the detail. You will get all the detail on that one. Okay, so this is about in November. So the December, we have already announced in our group that our camp, next spiritual camp will be there in the month of December. It will be, actually the camp is from 14th to 16th of December in Indore. And I'll be arriving there one day before, so it is optional if somebody wants to reach there by 13th evening, 13th night. That's your choice. But actual camp will start on 14th, which is a Saturday. So Saturday will be 14th, 15th is a Sunday, and the 16th morning. Afternoon, it will be over. By lunchtime, it will be over. So, and keeping this as a central place, Indore, so we will be visiting one way to Omkareshwar. And next, we'll be visiting on Sunday, Omkareshwar, and Monday morning, Monday is a day of Lord Shiva. Monday morning, we'll be visiting the Mahakaleshwar. It's a very, very powerful energies. Shakti Sthal. So we'll be visiting there, darshan. So our purpose is not to do all the ritual. It is optional. If you like to do, you can do it. Mainly we'll go to have that, feel that energy in that place. We'll sit down and meditate and near that area and have darshan. Get direct the glimpse of the deity. That's good enough. We need not to go into, too much of rituals and fall into the queue for hours and all those things. That is not the way we operate. Okay, so only the place has that vibration. We'll get that vibration. We'll go there and have sit down someplace. And whoever has attended our program in Puri in 2019, they know that we don't go actually into too much of ritualistic things. But if somebody wants to do, they can do it. That's okay. Even Benares also, Kashi Vishwanath, if you like to do your puja, you are welcome to do that. But from the group point of view, our purpose will be to go and sit down and meditate at that particular energy place, and that is our group program. But anyway, so this already we published our program and in our group. I think last Monday we published it. So whoever is interested, you just everything is written there. You can the book yourselves accordingly. All the arrangements will be made, and needless to say, our camp manager for this camp also will be Shambhu. And so anything nitty-gritties, he takes care of each and every detail, as you are aware about the Benares camp or Dwarhat and this Pondicherry, and each and everything has been taken care of. So he will take care of if there is any such requirement and all those things. So I'm just saying that this will be the similar one we will follow. So, and that is already, it is announced. So every detail will be there. Now, just now, I think, they discussed about in the program in Prayag in January, most will know, I'm not sure, there will not be any camp there, but in January, I'm also visiting to India and Delhi for some other purpose. So for a few days, so maybe we'll try to get one visit, the trip to Prayag if possible, but too much of crowd and all, I don't normally go into the places where there is too much of crowd and, but we can visit the place to have that energy. So we'll see, we'll see, but there may be possibility of a visit, no camp, no staying for a long time or thing like that. But Prayag, maybe we'll visit on January. I'm anyway traveling to Delhi, so maybe 1 or 2 days we'll try to cover that area. And if possible, I will explore that. Just now I heard about it. It's a good proposal. We'll see. But that will not be full-fledged camp. It will be like we can go independently and meet there and have something deep in the river, Ganges, and come to that kind of thing. So, but not in the full-fledged camp. So after December, the next full-fledged camp will be the Guru Purnima. Like Guru Purnima and the December camps are almost final. Every year we'll be doing it. Of course, as wished by Babaji, as long as Babaji asking me to do it, I will do it. So maybe sometime he said no further camp required, that time it will stop automatically. But as long as Babaji's grace is there, we will continue. And at least I commit 2 camps, residential camps. And one will be in Guru Purnima and another will be in December. I avoid the last week of December. It is all right. Christmas week is too much of a crowded place. And also we don't do that. We'll do sometime in the middle of December, which we'll be doing now in here. You say the 14th to 16th, or maybe you can say 13th to 16th, that we are organizing it. So that we'll see about January, but in between, after coming back from the December camp, from Indore, so after 1 day, I'll be traveling to Germany. We'll be meeting there with, we'll be visiting a place of Shraddhanjali in Germany. Shraddhanjali, you are there?
Yes, Guruji.
All right, okay. And so I'll be visiting her place. God bless you. And then after that, I'll go to Poland to Shreyashi's place. So Shreyashi, you are also here?
Yes, Guruji.
All right. So everything final. This week, I got my Shenzhen visa stamped on my passport. There is a big queue. I don't know. It took a long time to apply. Take more than a month and then 2 more weeks to get it. Anyway, but we have started well in advance. So that will be the program. So in case any one of you have any kind of, known somebody is interested in, Germany, I'll be going to Frankfurt. And then anybody who are interested to Poland, please contact Shraddhanjali or Shreyashi so that we can arrange if there is somebody else is interested, they wanted to know and have some kind of satsang at their place, etc. We'll do that. So, and this is the plan for that. Okay, I was talking about next Guru Purnima. Okay, just for your advance information. So next Guru Purnima, that will come in sometime middle of July. Exact date I will check and I will confirm. So Shambhu, you are here?
Yes, Rajdeep, 10th and 11th July. That is Thursday and Friday.
Okay, 10th and 11th July, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that 10th and 11th July, Thursday and Friday, maybe we'll include Saturday also. So there will be 3 days, camp in July 2025. Yeah? So we'll be on 10th night is the what is called Guru Purnima. So full moon meditation will be there, and that will be on Thursday. Okay, so we'll arrive on Thursday night, Friday nights. Then Saturday maybe we will leave, or if somebody is interested, maybe we will find out another program on Saturday night somewhere. Extension, not part of the camp, extension somewhere, maybe Tapovan or someplace. We'll see. We'll finalize the program, but I'm informing next it will be in Rishikesh. So that what just now we are, Shambhu is in touch with some of the places there. He already visited some of the places, so it is on. Okay. So this after this December camp, our major camp will be next Guru Purnima in Rishikesh. Okay, so I'm just saying, and the date what Shambhu said, it will be 10 to 12 or 13th of July 2025. So these are all confirmed dates. So we will be definitely doing it, and we will be visiting. So you can keep your annual plan program accordingly. Okay. All right. So now let us go into our today's session. As you are aware that already there is some, the questions have been posted into the group by Mohua. So we'll start with this question answer. So Mohua, go ahead and ask your first question.
Sure. Thank you and pranam everyone. Okay, the first question is, I think you just referred to religious practices. I just wanted to understand from a spiritual perspective, how are the different practices related? So meditation is one, and then the different rituals that we do. Recently, Durga Puja, we do pushpanjali, things like that. Then we do puja at home, and then we chant mantras, yoga, pranayam. These are all, things that we get to hear on the spiritual aspect. So how are they related is my question.
Okay, very good. Okay, so just let me put the first, I'll put you the proper perspective, then I'll go each and every point you have asked for. It is the truth, just for your understanding purposes, that spirituality is gifted by the Creator, okay? And religion is man-made. It is not created by the Creator. It is made by the people, different time, different history, different culture, they prepared it. So just to make it clear that spirituality is all about connecting with our own consciousness, our own soul, and through that process, our return journey to the Creator, the One. The first is the experience of oneness, connection of oneness. Finally, the progress towards that, more awareness. And finally, we merged into the oneness. That is all about the spirituality. Religion and religious practices, all created by people. I can understand the need of creating those practices because the spiritual realm, which is subtle dimension, higher dimension, it is not physical. It cannot be accessed in the five senses. Yeah, we cannot see it, we cannot hear it, we cannot touch it, and we cannot smell it, and something like that. You cannot access that realm with your five senses. That's where the need came for the to the civilization at the time of when the people were like a caveman and all. There was no need for any kind of religion. It is just a survival. Then five senses enough, but when they grow into further into agriculture and settle into the localities and all, then the need came for the looking for the higher purpose of life, and that's where they formed that kind of religion. Religion had two purposes. One is to have some kind of value system, ethical value system or morality. So all these aspects, which is not physical, so the value system. So put the value system into the society so that people, they just go whatever they wish. Okay, the law and order is an external thing, but internally they wanted to, some control. Not everything can be done by externally. So internally also they need to evolve the values system, etc. So for that, the religion have been developed. Based on those religion have been developed based on the current issues they are facing in the society, the need of that hour, and the common practices there. It depends upon the particular region in the world where the country or the land where it was formed. Of course, that also governed heavily by the rulers at that point of time, what they prefer and what they encourage, what they don't encourage. There are many, many religions in the human history has been developed and they are now abolished. There is no sign there. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm saying the historical facts. Many religions came up and those things. Some religion become universal, some religion become localized, some religion become secret. Like nobody else knows until somebody joins in that particular group or cult and things like that. There are many. Yeah. Okay, one of them is to develop the value system, and then also it has got its power. So by religion, so there are some religious people that develop. They're utilizing that religious, hierarchy to control people. Okay. They develop certain things to practice. Of course, there was another purpose of religion because normally people are not sure about what is happening in the higher dimensions. So some of them who are evolved, spiritually, they have given some kind of advice how the common people will do it. And that became a religious practice. It might have came from something which is spiritual in nature, but implementation is not always spiritual. Over the period of time, those rituals has been, changed based on the society and the value system and the type of people and how many people are practicing them, etc., etc. They also evolved to some extent. And in modern days, whatever the rituals we see and we see, those are the modified version that may not be the original one. Purpose of original, maybe it was something else. Now it is something. Why I'm explaining this? So just to make the perspective clear, so that when I will go into the specifics, it will be clear that from what angle I'm coming, from what background I'm coming, for that I'm explaining. So if you understood this, so that's why I normally say that the religion need spirituality. Means many religion used spirituality for their purpose, for the religious purpose. But spirituality does not need any religion whatsoever. All man-made is not needed because it is all about connection with your own soul. Get guidance from your own soul consciousness. So here the ritual doesn't matter. It is a connection that matters. Okay. So then whether somebody is doing ritual or not, it doesn't matter. In fact, there are plenty of the rituals all around. There are different approaches, and as Thakur said, Jatamat Tatapat, which is correct. Then some of the so-called path does not include any religious ritual whatsoever. Still, it can be achieved. That's what I mean to say. Somebody is ignorant, not ignorant, illiterate. They cannot read, write. And still that person can be spiritually evolved. They can learn from nature directly. And that is the best way to learn, by the way. Anyway, so there are possibility without undergoing any ritual, without reading any scriptures, without getting any, direct, teaching of anyone, still somebody can spiritually evolve. Why? Because it is natural. We are all born with it, the potential. It is created by the Creator. So as long as you are created by the Creator, you are eligible for the spiritual journey, spiritual growth, even to ultimate moksha. It's possible. For that, the worldly things, it's not essential. Yes, some of the, as I mentioned, some of the religion used some part of the spirituality. As per one of the questions about the meditation, meditation is common in all the religion. Every religion, there is some form of meditation is there. Rituals are different, but meditation is common. So whenever any spiritual, but it is not commonly understood that, whenever anybody go into the spiritual forum, they think it is some form of religion they're trying to teach. So many places we have to go to the neutral or religion neutral position to convey the message of spirituality or guidance. Yeah, that is one of the reason during my teaching I don't use the word God. Because God is different to different people. We use the word Creator, which is the truth. The Creator, the One. I've seen many Western, the masters, they said, I think one force, and that's all the I am consciousness, all are fine, all are good, that it indicates the creator, which is all pervasive, omnipotent, all knowing, omnipresent energy field. That is the source that we came from. Anyway, so now what you discussed in last 10 minutes, what you take it from there is spirituality does not need any religion whatsoever. It has nothing to do with any religion. But religion, you will find when you go into the religious practices, some of them you see the reflection of some spiritual practice because it is man-made. They originated from some kind of spiritual practice. They come into, they come to know about it. They included into that religious practices. So there will be some kind of common thing you find in spiritual practices and rituals, but religious rituals, but reverse is not true. Like without this ritual, can somebody evolve spiritually? Answer is yes. It doesn't matter. Any religion whatsoever. Without any, even I'm going to that extent saying that non-believer, atheist, they can also spiritually be evolved. In fact, atheist, they can progress well when they choose to walk in the path of spirituality. Why? Because they are not conditioned with religion, religious practices. Also, we discussed many times there are multiple levels of conditioning. Childhood conditioning, cultural conditioning, educational conditioning, social conditioning, and so on and so forth. One of the major one is religious conditioning. Our mind is conditioned with the religion or religious teachings or religious practice. I'm not saying anything is bad here. Yeah, I'm just wanting to make it very clear. But those practices conditioned us. So if sometimes some of those practices are going to our belief system, and that system may be blocking some of the area of growth or our awareness and understanding. So if somebody wants to grow further, then we have to come out of that conditioning, then they can go further. So anyway, but some of them, they can help it. They can go into the understanding much, much faster. But I want to make it very clear, these two are completely different things. Spirituality and religion, completely different thing. What we practice here, what we learn here is spirituality. To be specific, householder spirituality. Okay? What we follow, what we teach, what you are getting, what Babaji is guiding. It is not related to any religion whatsoever. Okay? So that is completely different matter. Okay? Now, with this understanding, let me come to the specific thing. So, Mohu, I go point by point, then I will tell my view on that particular point. Out of those 4 points, just mention the first one. What is the first one? You are silent, Mohu, muted.
Yes, okay. The first point you mentioned meditation, but which is there in both spirituality and religion. Now, the next one was rituals, the different festivals that we have and the rituals.
Yeah. Okay. So these festivals, I'm just giving my view. Given the explanation already, giving my view. Any festival or any particular thing has been primarily developed for the social purposes. Like it is a festival, it is a gathering of people, it is like a pleasantry exchanges, and they come with the family and enjoy together. So there is a social value associated with it. So in the festivals, it's more of a social in nature because that uplift the social, the joy and sharing and this kind of the values into that. That is why they are important, and it is in the history also. There are different festivals have been. People are following different types of festivals, celebrating, and this is more or less it is of the social in social events rather than the spiritual events. So there is no direct correlation of the spirituality into those festivals. It is good to do festival. Festival, it uplifts you. It uplifts your spirit, or it is your sharing, bonding, loving. It's all good qualities, that the festival brings. Yeah. So if you see the spiritual point of view, the one advantage of that is it uplifts your vibration. Because in the spiritual journey, your vibration need to go higher. Higher your vibration, that much access to that domain you have. So higher domain, like understanding and all those things you have. So festival is more of a, it is, religious festivals it's religious and social in nature, rather than it is having some direct spiritual value. But only thing is it uplifts the spirit and things like that. So it is good, in that sense, it will help spirituality to be prepared for spirituality, but directly there is no relation with the spiritual journey versus attending any festival or even not attending any festival. It does not make any difference whatsoever.
The next point was about mantra, chanting mantras that we do.
Yeah. See, this mantra, it's called Shabda Brahma, means that the vibration is the universe. We understand that we have, everything in the universe is energy and vibration. That is the universal truth. Now, that means that whatever the created, means the product of the creation, inherently it is associated with some kind of vibration or some level of vibration. It presents that. Some energy, sometimes the energy has been manifested in the physical, the matter, E is equal to mc square. So energy has been condensed into the matter form, but still they are associated with the vibration. If you don't see that how can a solid system can vibrate, then go to the molecular level and the atomic level. The electrons are spinning around the nucleus, so there will be some kind of vibration, some radiation and things like that. Always, no matter whether it's a metallic cell or non-metallic or biological cell, it doesn't matter. All ultimately, as long as there's atoms and molecules, there will be some movement, and that is associated with the vibration. Now, how it is related to this mantra? Mantra is creating a certain frequency, a certain vibration. It changes the environment where it is chanted, but what that sound is made. And that is why it is very important to chant it properly, so that the proper vibration has been, gone into that. So whoever is into that field, of course we have air and other things, it's not a vacuum, so sound will travel. So if it is chanted properly, the particular each chanting or the vibration has its own effect. Yeah. So some of them are uplifting, some of them they're joyful. Even the opposite is also correct. Some of the vibration can create negativity. It creates enmity. It can disturbance, the mental disturbance. Even the, not only vibration, how much energy it is containing, which is called by amplitude. Yeah. If it goes in the higher amplitude, it will be painful to hear, to listen. Like if somebody puts some huge, like a microphone in front of your house, then you will feel disturbed. If it's day and night, you have to high decibel, volume sounds you have to same here. But anyway, what I'm saying is the mantras has got certain envelope. It has to be chanted properly. Each and every words create certain vibrations, and it has to be chanted in a certain way, so that it triggers that, it changes the environment. Whoever comes into the environment by induction, they get into that, they get benefited. Okay. So that is the purpose of mantras. So earlier days, this has been passed on to the generation to generations, so that they fine tune it and find to know exactly how it is to be uttered, how it is to be chanted. Because based on that, there is the effect will be there. If somebody is chanting any mantra and falling asleep, yawning and all, there will be no effect because energy-wise, it is very, very low. You cannot pass on any energy. And so that is the purpose. Different mantras has a different purpose. Some of the mantras, because our physical body is made of quite a few trillion cells. Yeah? So we get all body cell, not only our ear. Don't confuse sound only for ear only. No, the sound touches each and every body cell, And that started going into emission of that kind of vibration. So our overall vibration increases. And then we are able to connect to the certain domain in the frequency range. So if the domain is about something higher, like a spiritual domain, we get connected to it directly. So that is the power of the mantras. They can do that. So they can go into that, provided it is done with a properly, so that that particular vibration is created, and then effect is felt. There are research have been done. There are, if you see the frequency ranges, so some of them the holistic, some of them healing, some of them even destructive vibration. Even 1 hertz change in the vibration can have the opposite effect. And that is also quite common. No? So that's why it has to be, while chanting, it is not the words that makes the difference. It is how you chant it that makes the difference. So reading something not automatically change that particular vibration. That is the understanding. So when the people who are aware of this whole, the Sabda Brahma, they know that which word to be uttered to which kind of vibration to be created. So they created in easier form so that people can read or hear and they chant it themselves. So that has been passed on. But only reading without any sound will not make much difference. Yeah. So only reading, it doesn't matter. Or if you put a picture of that mantra, and it will not make much difference. Yeah. Once you either you chant yourself or hear it, then only your vibration will go up. Your experience will change. Because you first get induced with the external vibration, your own vibration increases, then you attract that level of experiences into your life. Then your life experience changes. That's how it works. Earlier, I quickly touched upon that there are not all vibrations are good. Some of them are negative. What was the example? Arjun's the bow. So I think name is Gandhi, most likely. So if I remember correctly. So the Gandhi has a string, no? It's a bow. So it has been tightened at a certain level to give a certain particular vibration, like a guitar string. Okay. The particular material used, and then the length of that and the amount of vibration it can create, it is fine-tuned. That time they know about these arts. Particularly Arjun, he was aware of that. So he tuned the string of his bow with a certain vibration. And when he just pull the string and leave it, it creates a vibration. That is, in Sanskrit, it's called tankar. Okay. Dhanush tankar. Tankar means this, the sound of that. That particular vibration was such that it travels like the energy of fainting people. People got faint. They got senseless when they hear that. He has shielded himself, but anybody else around. So when not throwing any arrow, just play that in the battlefield, thousands of, the warriors, they get fainted, so that they cannot, good enough to further work. So he used that, so that is one of the sound has been used for that kind of purposes. So there are many such things. Some of the vibration, they create some particular disease in the body. So that's what I'm saying. We have to be very, very careful that any type of mantra we are chanting, you have to chant it absolutely correctly. Otherwise, there is a possibility of that thing can develop and, effect will be opposite than what is intended. Okay. So what is the next?
Yoga and pranayam, which is also associated.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our, see, what happens is, originally this came from something called Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Okay. So they have that, the method, Dhyan, Asana, Pranayam and all this, so that all of you know. See, the Dhyan particularly. So you're talking Dhyan, no? What is the point? Sorry, say it again.
Yoga and pranayam.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Pranayam and yoga, not dhyan. Sorry. Just yoga literally means union. Okay. Unification. So unification with what? Unification with your own higher self, the soul consciousness. And through soul consciousness, you go to the creator, universal consciousness. So it is a path of unition. It is a path of, to merging into your higher self and then go to the oneness. Okay, that is the literally meaning of yoga. So any practices which brings into that kind of unition to your own higher self and to universal consciousness, those methods are called yoga. So any method which you follow that gives that is called yoga. Okay, that is about yoga. Pranayam is that means it has got two parts, no? Pran, that is the life force energy, and yam, like it's a breathing kind of thing, means the practices rather, certain practices. So pranayam means certain practices related to the life force energy. It is understood long back that to keep our physical body alive, we need air. So means our breathing, and through breathing, the life force energy enters into our body. So if that is understood, so means if somebody has died, first thing happens is stop breathing. Because a lot of other body parts, they may remain for a certain time, few hours, even days. Yeah, it is there. But only first thing that stops is your breathing. So through the breath, so they check whether this person is still breathing or not. So as long as we breathe, the life force energy enters into our body and keep the machine running. So now to go into that level of art form, that which is the best way, best energy we should get into our body, because in the atmosphere there are many types of energy, even the negativity. Someday I was, discussing about the energy vampires and so on and so forth. But a lot of type of energies are there. So how do we know that if only which is beneficial energy for us, which helps our prana, uplift our pranic level, uplift our positivity, uplift our life force energy, only that is entering into our body. So out of that, research is found, if we breathe in a certain way, then only we get top up with the life force energy. If we breathe in a certain other way, it may deplete our pranic energy in the body. Means if we breathe in a certain way, we lose energy. Forget about getting it. Or some of them, they are maintaining, like neutral. There is no gaining, no losing. So of course, our thing will be, we are using energy in multiple, even the talking, seeing and thinking all takes energy. So in that case, so we have to keep on topping up our energy level. So that pranayam means that technique, which boosted up our pranic energy into the body, those techniques, those are called pranayam. And those pranayam also helpful for yoga, means the union with our higher self and then further to the universal consciousness. So that means yoga pranayam means they are the techniques, is the pranayam is the practices and which gives rise to the level, top of the energy level, which helps us into yoga for our unition with our higher self. And here also there are different types of yoga, the different types of the breathing energy, practices are there. Again, come back to Jatama Tatapa. But only the knowledgeable ones, they know which way if you breathe, it will be topping up the energy, and which way if you breathe, it will lose your energy. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Shall I go to the next question? Yeah. Okay. So the next one is more dealing with, I think, day-to-day things. We face difficult situations and difficult people in our life. How do we determine what and when to accept, when to tolerate or adjust, and when to let go and when to confront?
Yeah. See, this directly relates to your awareness development. Okay, because when the situation arises, you are the only one who are there to decide and take a call. But before going into the practical tips, to answer your question directly, you at the physical level, like we call it lower self. Lower self is operated by ego. So what happens is most of the time ego takes the decision and then we face the consequences of that. Best way to go is, because ego has an agenda. Agenda of being superior and things like that, and that creates the, that spoils the show. Most of the interaction, ego enters and it spoils our life events, relationship with others, or our own, state of being, etc. But if where we should go on the spiritual journey, where we can go, what we need to do, you have to awaken our higher self, which is inner guru, soul consciousness. Our inner guru knows everything that I mentioned. It knows our present day scenarios or complicated relationships with multiple people. There is no limit. Actually, capacity is infinite. It can parallelly process maybe 50 or 60 cases together. That kind of thing. If you go in a crowd, each and every person you meet, within maybe in a minute, each and every interrelation it can bring forward, it can guide you, because it doesn't have a limited capacity. Mind has a limitation. It can take one thing at a time. It cannot take multiple things at a time. Yeah. Anyway, so as we are connected with our own soul consciousness, if we do have a communication, then best way forward is to get the advice, guidance from our inner self, and then act without any judgment. The judgment, again, ego will take over. If we just get connected and say, please guide me, whatever comes, you doing it, you are in a full alignment with your soul consciousness. All spiritual masters live like that. They don't get biased with what happened in the past and what will happen if something goes wrong, they worry about something, fall out on this thing. They don't bother. They just put the intention. It's a matter of fraction of a second. Put the intention, thing comes and they act, spontaneously. Yeah. And that is the best way. That is called holistic living or enlightened living. All the masters, they live like that. They don't keep anything in the brain memory or, past what happened and whether I should say it, don't say it, hesitation, confusion, nothing. On that moment, only thing you have to be truthful. Whatever you are receiving, you are just conveying. Because if you are living the truth, then you need not to bother what you told earlier and what is going to happen in future. It doesn't matter. It is called the truth of the moment. In that moment you are connected, you convey and you say it. So to answer specifically your question, the who can guide you? Your higher self will guide you. How much time will take if there are multiple problems? It takes fraction of a second, millisecond. Okay. So it will not take much time. It is just instantaneous. You will get all the guidance. But before you go to that level, you have to practice it and open the channel, that communication. And then understanding the guidance, it is guidance given as an intuitive feeling. It comes. And as per the feeling, something will feel right, you do it and that's it. Okay? It will take care. If you are doing like that, you will not bind any karma. Karma has been bound basically because we are doing something with the limited information or to fulfill our own ego. And then the things we created such a way that it backfires and then later on we have to repay that. But if you are already into fully tuned with your own higher self, who knows everything, you cannot be misguided with your soul consciousness. That is for sure, because it has got all the access, all the information, purpose of your life, all your karmic accounts, all your future things going to happen in your life. What are the complications you have currently in your life? What are the interrelations? What are the things? Whatever your intelligence level, whatever your financial level, what is your social status, everything. It knows and it can guide you. So that is the answer to that. Now, saying so, that is where we want to reach. Our spirituality can take us there, that kind of life. That's what we are all learning and growing. Now, let me come to the practical thing. So practical way of dealing. How do I know what to do and all this? Okay, I have not activated this thing. I'm still walking the path, which is fair, and all of us, we are. Yeah? So till that time, what do you do? Okay. See, till that time, you apply few things, few principles in your lives. And that is the part of the teaching I do. Yeah. My duty as whatever I'm receiving from the higher dimension, Babaji, I convert it into practical, applicable tips so that you can try that. Okay. First thing, what I say it, you understand first whether it is coming from your ego and things, situation really need it. Okay. To go there, you have to cut the meanness. Me, mine, this has to cut, because if it's connected in mind, why these things happen in my life, etc., then you contaminated the field. I call it, in the pond, you have already become muddy. You cannot see things clearly because you are, say, me and all. If you are connected too much with a me, that will contaminate your life. You cannot see things properly, or you will be wearing colored glasses. The original color you will not be able to see. So first thing is cut me thing. How to do that? You place yourself that if not me, somebody else is standing here. How that person will look into the matter. So this particular aspect, we spiritually also practice. Earlier days, I shared my story, how I do it. First of all, it is very difficult to get thing that how can I see myself? Okay. I'm facing it. How can I see what I'm facing? It is me and me. That needs practice. Yeah. First thing what I did is, first you watch what is going on in your mind. Okay. That is the area you need to develop first. Your mind, your feelings, your emotions. You have to see it objectively. Means going away from yourself. You cannot be inside the boat and see the boat moving. You have to come to some, neutral place like a bank of a river to see which direction the boat is going. This particular aspect, it can be spiritually developed. It is a practice, it is a skill. In spiritual terms, it is called witnessing. Sakshi Bhav. First, you have to learn how to practice Sakshi Bhav. What is going on in your mind? What is going on in your emotion? Forget about action. Action, everybody knows. But what happens? Much thing happens subsurface, which is inside you. What I am saying is we need to learn what is going on in me first to take the appropriate action. That is too late. If it is already said, already done, it is too late. I'm saying before that. How do you come to that level? First is Sakshi Bhav. So what I did, I was just sharing my own experience on that. It is very difficult for me to detach from what I am doing and what I am witnessing. Who is witnessing? Okay. It is me. How can I witness myself? If it is somebody else, I can witness. To be frank, I was very good at finding fault at others. So maybe that is why professionally I'm very, very successful inspection, things, plant, if some area is having some fault or little rusting here and there and something, I can find out very easily. So that is a skill. Yeah. So what I did is, rather than going and finding fault into everything and everyone, all of them are. The truth is, everybody will have something or other, some fault. That is a spiritual understanding. But initially, our ego takes advantage of that and try to place ourselves in the higher pedestal than others. And that creates the problem. Okay, anyway. So what I did is, whatever I was seeing in other places and other people, what I did through my practice, I changed it inward. Now, every time I'm seeing what Rajdeep is thinking, then I come to, so now Rajdeep is thinking. So first of all, I have to take time to go into the I am thinking to Rajdeep is thinking. As long as trying what Rajdeep is, I am thinking, I am facing it, why that people is, shouting at me and myself is there, no? That time it didn't happen. Then I start taking that person is shouting at Rajdeep. Rajdeep is angry. Rajdeep is thinking that. It created a bulk of a difference that I'm thinking and Rajdeep is thinking. Yeah, I'm insulted, that Rajdeep is getting insulted. That created that subtle space where something can be done. If I'm insulted, I will revolt, I will react because I have all the power. Why not? I have also mouth, I have also two hands. Who stops fighting? Anyway, so it takes some time to change that my own attitude. That skill I had, the additional capability I have finding fault, that also I'm very good at. Just reversed it because there is no useless to use it against the world. I have to first let me use it for my own purification. Actually, that helped me to go into each and every nook and corner inside me so that can be addressed. So what is the benefit of that? So if something happens, I don't lose my cool. First, I have to see what Rajdeep is facing. By the way, you have to accept the truth. I accepted Rajdeep is angry. I'm not pretending, no, I cannot be angry. I am spiritual. No, you accept the truth. Rajdeep is sad, Rajdeep is angry, but in the name of Rajdeep, which is the right way to approach, not me, and me. Okay, so in the bargain, what will happen? You created a space. The entity what is witnessing is not me, it is Rajdeep. Entity is watching Rajdeep. Entity itself is not Rajdeep. This way it helped me to develop the soul consciousness. Means basically that witness become my higher self, who is watching my lower self. So all this needs to develop to come to that level. Okay. So what is the purpose of creating this gap or the space what I'm talking about? What is space between the witnesser and Rajdeep? Because that space which can change any reaction into response. Reaction is automatic. You have given me, do gali diya, main bhi do gali diya. This is a reaction. But if somebody has said something, I didn't like it, I have this space. It takes fraction of a second, by the way. It doesn't take long time. It doesn't take 2 hours. Then witness, it is all registered. Rajdeep is angry, he wants to these things. Then the filter comes whether it is necessary for give that reaction. If it says no, it is necessary to give that reaction, then you give the same thing, but that goes as a response. Knowledgeable response. Okay, with full awareness. Most of the thing we do in life, our situation we face, our reaction comes automatically. This automatic stuff needs to be controlled because the moment you go into the automatic mode, your ego takes over. Without your knowing, your ego gives the decision and you just follow your ego, that's all. And that creates lots of the problem. So here, first of all, you just from your inner side, you have to do that. So to create that, it takes time, it takes practice. And that's why you practice the Chitta Upasana and other things, 6-step meditation. It develops over the period of time, but that we need to do. Get a pause, don't react. Then repent later. There's no point in repenting because it's all gone. Words and arrows once thrown, it is gone. So that is the, one part of it. And the second part of it, practical tips is that I give as a part of my teaching. If you have to decide between right thing to do and your peace of mind, always you choose your peace of mind. Because if you are not at peace, your external life will be doldrums. If you are at peace, you can face huge challenges. Challenges will come. I'm just telling again and again, walking spiritual path does not mean absence of a problem. In fact, it will be more problem. You will be able to face it. You have to strengthen yourself, overcome it. It will not, the absence of problem will happen in your life. But you will be guided, you will be having empowered, everything. Like, Yogiraj Amarjyoti ji says, no problem in your life will be given without first giving power to counter that in the first place. So whatever happening in your life, all the powers are built into your system. You or whoever is facing, yeah? Everybody is empowered with it. Only they have to find it out. They have to find it out. You have to then, only during searching it will be found out. If everything is nice and fine, nobody even bothered to search for it, right? A door is locked. So first you have to find out whether there is a, lock in, where is the lock? Then find out the lock. There is a hole, there is a thing. You find out where the hole is. Then you search for the key. Once you search only, then you will get the key. Then you search all around in the room, you get locked. Then you do find out, maybe it's top of the book rack, you found it. Then you bring it and put it in the proper place to open it, right? Spiritual matters, the same thing. We have those keys within us. We have to just find it out. And in this search, nobody else is there. People can only help you. Even your guru can help you, but you have to search yourself. Because it is your room, it is your bookshelf, it is your key that you need to find out to open the lock of your door. But only thing is, you will be empowered, you will be guided. So all the time you have to keep searching till you get it. Okay? But it is there for sure. It's not possible that there is no key. Impossible. But only thing you have to find out and open the key. Open the door. Okay? That up to that level you have to go. So first is your peace of mind. First is your witnessing. Then peace of mind. And let me also tell that the third part, which is more practical part, which is there are a lot of people out there. There are different types of people, different type of situations come. Not everybody is evolved. Okay. So don't expect that reasonable understanding from the other side or other people. Don't even expect that. Okay. Prepare for even worst scenarios. The thief will come and take your valuables out of your house, The dacoit will come, they break open your door and get into the house. All this type of characters are there. So you have to protect yourself. First principle, if you see in our, WeAreOne group, if you see the Facebook page or this thing, first there is 4 principles given. Okay, first one is protect physically. It is your duty to protect physically. Even in the society, if they see somebody is become more peaceful, they are growing, or they are, managing themselves, people feel jealous and they start fighting with you. Unnecessarily. There is no need. You didn't do anything wrong with them. But they get jealous and they will try to create harm for you. You have to protect yourself. There are ways to protect. And if somebody is misbehaving, then I think it was comment from Churchill, I think. So there is one, it is there in the internet also. One of his saying, quote, don't fight with the pig. It is not that you will get dirty. The pig will like that too. Something like that. Means if you unnecessarily fight with somebody, some kind of mean-minded people or, low value system people, that not only that you have to come down at their level, to fight with them, they also enjoy, they like you to come down into their level and fight. Okay, sometimes you need to just ignore them. Okay, you understand that person, he want to trigger. So I go to that extent of the spiritual teaching, and my advice is don't give your emotional trigger to somebody else's hand. The people, particularly the narcissistic type of people, they're full of them in this world. They know how to trigger somebody else emotionally. So they know, they have a skillful to find out where your fuse is. Okay. What I am saying is don't give your fuse to somebody else's hand. Over the period of time with the spiritual practice, your fuse will be converted into solid bar. There will be no fuse. But till that time, don't give it to somebody else. If they try to trigger, don't get triggered. Without your permission, nobody can enter into your mind space. So keep them at bay. So how do you do that? Yeah. You tell, I'm energetically sovereign. Without my permission, nobody can trigger me. Nobody can play with my emotion. Yes, they can create a situation. They can create a trap. They are throwing stone at me. But it is up to me to respond to that. I choose not to respond to Tom, Dick, and Harry. My choice. And when the spiritual level you'll go, then what normally I do it, what I practice is that I'm blessed by Babaji, guided by Babaji, protected by Mataji. Nobody can do anything to me. Nobody has the power to do anything to me. Yeah, they can say something. We have to come to that level. So initially you say, I'm powerful, I'm connected, nobody can do any actual harm to me. But only thing is, I choose not to please them with my reaction, even shouting at them. No, I choose to. No need. Too insignificant. Yeah, I don't fight with a pig. Okay, that's it. And in this bargain, what we do is, you don't, surrender your self-respect to anyone. That is a strictly no zone. If something is beyond that, your self-respect is harmed, you say, no, sorry, that's it. Beyond that, I am not available. Okay. You have no right to, diminish my self-respect. Yeah. But again, this is in our hand. If we allow, only then some people will play with my self-respect. If I have to establish the total, the barricade beyond that low limit, I have to maintain that and it will be followed. Yes, a lot of resistance will come. Some people throw stone at it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, anyway, so this is the type of approach we need to take in lives. So all the principles, what I was saying, witnessing, then peace of mind, then, respond, then don't fight with a pig. Self-respect is ultimate. We have to go up to that level. Things will change on its own. You need not to do anything. You just be. Things will happen. Because at the same time, you work on your vibrations, cellular vibrancy. So you will attract good things. That level of vibrational things, vibrational match will be attracted in your life and your life will transform. Again, you need not to do anything. I share my story. I was heavily alcoholic. Till I tried to get out of alcoholism, I could not. I fall in the trap again and again. But then I worked on my own vibration through spiritual practices. One day it gets dropped off. I didn't do anything. I just hold in a higher vibration. Rest of the things taken care by itself. Okay. All right. Go to the next question.
Thank you. Very helpful. This very practical also. The next one, you talked about, evolved souls, different levels of evolution. So it's related to that. So evolution tells us that souls continue in different bodies from a single cell to some evolving as humans. Now, there was a time when the evolution stabilized and agrarian lifestyle emerged and population boomed, far outstripped the depth of, our cousins like chimpanzees, bonobos, dolphins, elephants, who have intelligence. So the question is, where did the new souls come from?
Okay, a good question. Okay, just to give you the understanding, you are looking at only one frame, which is the planet Earth and your world. That is the frame you are looking into. You are saying new souls coming from this, in this frame it is coming. But in the entirety, it may not be true. It will be true in that particular thing. Okay, like you are in a cricket stadium. You are asking from where all these thousands of people are coming. And after the match is over, where they are going. That can be answered. But if you are looking only in the stadium, it looks like a lot of people came and a lot of people gone. And most of the time it is empty. From where they came and from where they gone. I'm just giving you the perspective clear. Okay, if that is the question, then the thing is everybody is following their own cycle, the life path, or you can say the soul's path, soul's journey. So it is not correct understanding the new soul has suddenly came and suddenly new soul left. Everybody's certain point of their whole cycle of the journey, and it is going the millennia. It's not few years of your lifetime, So you are looking at only a lifetime window. That window, it looks like something more is coming and that is increasing, that is decreasing and all. Is a part of the big picture. It's a small thing. It is like one piece of the puzzle. You don't have the whole picture. That's why you look, why this is the shape. Yeah, it looks like upside down. It looks like the red color is more there. Why green is less? But no. If you look at the whole picture, if you put all the puzzle pieces, together, you will see all colors are there. Picture will be clear. And that is exactly what we try to achieve through enlightenment. It is not going, increasing or decreasing, it matters. You are looking at one piece. That's why this confusion is coming. If you see the total picture, everything is balanced. Okay. But that triggers me some interesting aspect of it. So, you see, what is the job of the creator? You know what I shared earlier. You remember what is the job of the creator? Everybody, even soul has a job. But what is the job of the creator? The one, the source. What is its job?
It brings us to, whatever different beings to experience Earth,
Okay.
right? To have different experiences on Earth.
Yes, that is the job of the soul. But I'm saying, what is the job of the creator? Okay, I'll answer that. It's okay. See, just understand, because it's interesting. Creator, the characteristics of the creator is omnipotent, omnipowerful, omnipresent, and these are its characters. But what is his job? What it does? Okay. Creator has only one job. That is to create. Continuously it is creating. So if you are asking from where those souls are coming, it's coming from the same creator. Keep on coming, but it is in the different stages of awareness, different stages of evolution on planet Earth. There are multiple. That's why somebody say multiverse. There are multiple dimensions. Okay, like we travel different places. So if you say, suppose you are in Kolkata and you say the Kolkata, so many people came, so many, this year, so many thousand new people came. Why it is so? They came from some other place. Maybe some people will leave. They will go to some other place. They will go to maybe Mumbai. Okay. So same here. They will move as per their plan at a particular given point of time. That's what I'm talking in the framework. In the given frame, there looks like to be more. But more or less, it doesn't matter. From where assuming they are completely new. From where they come from the creator. Where they're going, ultimately they go back to the creator. That is called the Leela. It is keep on happening. So it is our own assessment from the limited viewpoint, where, less and all, doesn't matter. It already happened millions of years before. It is happening now. It will continue to happen. Okay. Only place will change, characters will change, because their own experience, they will try to get it. Yeah. Something else, their collective evolution will happen, like type of food we are eating, maybe after, say, 1,000 years, they will eat different types of food, but they will still eat. Okay. And they same different type of thing. Now we are having the cities and all. There maybe in future after 1,000 years they will live below the sea and above the sky. Because surface of the earth may be too polluted to live. That is we call it evolution, or maybe go to another planet. Doesn't matter. Same thing will happen. But from where the earth people gone? Because they all progressed. Okay. Earth experience is finished. They go for the another experience. Anyway, so these are all collective experiences we choose as a soul. We may choose to come back and incarnate multiple times, or we can just experience one time, understood, go to the next level, next place, or another place, different thing. Like we try different foods, no? We don't eat same food every time, every meal, right? Same thing. So here we try different things. So someday we eat less, someday we eat more, someday we eat different type of preparation. Some days Mughlai, some days Chinese, some days pizza and Italian. Somebody is some Arabic preparation. Everything we go is fine. So soul wants to experience itself. Okay, so it's a limited. The confusion is created because it is a limited window. You're saying, just like I said, one piece of puzzle. When all the things we see, then the meaning comes out. The meaning of life, meaning of everything. That the picture becomes clear. While saying it, one thing also coming. So why not everybody can see the picture? Okay. Very interesting. When I inquired about it, why then, what is the problem? Then these pieces of puzzle, people cannot put together. The answer of that, because of our ego, we inflate it. We inflate the truth. So each and every puzzle we have, the experiences, those are inflated by our own ego. Because it's inflated, it is not the true what it is. That's why it doesn't fit into the puzzle. When we get rid of the ego, the piece comes back to the normal shape and size, then it fits. So that's why first we did get out of this ego business. Come to the truth. Come to the reality. Then it will reveal itself. Every piece is like, okay, let me give an analogy. If I am controlling by my ego, then my projection will be not who actually I am. I am maybe the top class engineering professional or, best sports person or successful businessman or something, but I am not. Okay. But my mind will project that. That image will not fit into this puzzle. So I have to get rid of this misconception about myself. When we come to myself, my true self, then I will fit into the puzzle. My puzzle of life will be clear. Understood the principle?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
right.
somewhere, I think science also is a conditioning that comes in that frame.
Oh, yes. Educational conditioning.
Yeah, education.
See, I'll tell you, science is the knowledge of the external world. Nothing wrong in that. How thing works externally. Okay. Spirituality is your inner world. Problem happens if you try to explain, you use your external world logic into spirituality, then you get failed. You keep it there. Science is science. This is also another type of science. I call it is like a road traffic and air traffic. You cannot apply road traffic rule into air traffic. Okay. Anyway, go ahead with your next.
Next one is also slightly linked to this. In my understanding, after death, the soul gets liberated from the human body. Does it then merge with the higher consciousness? And how long does it take to find the next body?
Okay, no, that is a good question. And in fact, it's a very common question. So everybody almost asks, one point of time they ask this question. See, let me tell you the truth. It is soul's journey. Soul chooses when to take birth, where to take birth. It is a free will of the soul level. It can happen when the rebirth, it can take in the next minute. Okay, or It can take days, weeks, months, years, decades, even few hundred years. Because after that, the level where it goes, no? The dimension after death, ourselves, the dimension we go, there is no time and space there. So it doesn't matter in the art scale how much time is left. When it chooses, it just takes birth. Till the time it is there in eternity. Okay. So it is a choice. It is completely soul's choice. So how long it will take? It depends upon what is your plan. Okay, like suppose you are going on a trip. How many trips will make? What will be the time gap between two trips is up to you. Immediately coming from maybe Bangalore, you can go to make another trip to say Guwahati. Immediately. Or you can go after 2 days. Or you can go to 5 days. Or you can go multiple trips and come back home. Or maybe months together, you migrated somewhere, you are not coming for years to your home. All possibilities are there. Same here at the soul level. It depends upon the plan. What you wish to experience.
So when you say plan, and I think the thought that I have is like for us to experience everything, right? Because experience is helping us evolve. So, so the soul will basically try and choose a body or a place, whatever, based on what are the kind of experiences that he or she or the soul would want to have.
Of course, yes. Yeah. But the thing is, the two things I should also say, when the rebirth is concerned, two things play here. One is soul's original plan, what it wants to experience. Okay. Another thing is a past karma. It also taken into consideration whatever karma you have done, they need to neutralize it. So next life will be chosen as per the soul's plan and also as per to complete the karmic or settle the karmic accounts you already created in earlier lives. Both will work in parallel in the next life.
Okay. Next. The last one was, while we are aware detachment is key to progress towards enlightenment, yet it is so difficult to give up attachments. So I know it's not, it's again one of those common questions, but are there some accelerators to help in this quest?
Yeah. See, what happens is, first tips what I have given earlier, the meanness has to cut. The meanness, minus is created the misunderstanding. First, let me give the answer, then I'll go to some stories and all. Sometimes I go to story after story, then I go to the out of link. Okay, so what is the question once again? But
about detachment. While we are aware detachment is key to progress towards enlightenment, yet it is very difficult to give up attachment. So are there some accelerators to help in this question?
So the accelerator part will come later. But the detachment, let us understand that. Detachment does not mean running away from it. Okay. Detachment is, I'm fully aware, but not reacting what I told earlier. Not losing my peace of mind, and all those kind of things are coming into the picture. So that is a skill we need to learn. It is difficult for us to get detached for something like a family situation. We love all our family members. How I can get detached from it? I cannot see some family members suffering. But here, so go into the fundamentals. You wanted to help, right? You wanted to help your family members who is suffering. But normally what people do, they get into sympathy because it is my family member. So my is there. So I got sympathy. Then you start crying and things like that because become sad because other person is, facing some bad situation in life or sadness and things like that. Now tell me, some independent point of view, will it help? If you cry day and night for the problem of some of your family members, that is genuine. I'm not saying it is not a problem. Will it help? It will not help. So first you come to yourself, live there. Everybody coming with their own karma. So you live there. You are not empowered to change their life altogether. So you have to only deal with it and give whatever maximum possible support you can. Come to the level, so you have to first develop the quality so that you are worthy to give the help. It's a very common example I give. The aeroplane, it is written that if there is a fall in the air pressure, then if you are traveling with a child, then first you wear the mask, then you put the child. Yeah, not other way around. Why they say that? Because if you fall senseless, both of you will die. You cannot put the mask, that while spending time putting a mask to your child, if you become senseless, the child and you both will be the victims. So first you have to empower yourself. Doesn't matter how much it looks like that you are selfish. Don't bring emotion here because it is your child. So follow that same rule here in the family. First you empower yourself. You should come to the stage where you are capable of helping that other person. Otherwise, no matter what you do, you become another problem in the same family. Okay, so even though it looks like a heartless, you are, like self-satisfying, like a mask yourself first, doesn't matter. But it is for your ultimate good of the child. So first you empower yourselves. Those are the things can be learned. Some of them, that is the point of view, you have to detach yourself. You cannot be in the same pond and trying to save another family member from the pond. First, you have to come out of the pond, right? Then you give your hand to pull that other person out. So first you jump out, you find out how to come out of that pond. So that pond is a pond of sympathy. When you come out, you are still feeling, you feel whatever that your family member is undergoing, but that is called empathy, not sympathy. Empathy is fully understood, but you are not suffering. The same thing emotionally. You are in a position of strength. You are not a position of fellow sufferer. So that is the difference between sympathy and empathy. Okay, first you have to learn how to walk the empathetical path. All the gurus, they learn it. They apply empathy. I have already told, I'm sure, every day I get 10 to 15 cases and mostly negative things. Some people are facing problem here. If I start crying for the people, then I cannot help anyone. They're terrible. Huh? Some people are facing, there's a terrible cases into their lives, their relatives and things like that. Understandable. But I can afford to, feel bad and cry for them because then I will not be in a position to help them. Okay, anyway, so what I am saying here, so you come back to that. So you need to get detached emotionally from whoever is facing this, whoever is undergoing the pain, undergoing this kind of things. Yeah. So why? Because then you come to the position where you come to sympathy to empathy. You empowered yourself. You come out of that pond of mud. Now you can raise your hand and pull it out. Next level, detachment also, most fun. This part normally people can do. They themselves come out, try to help. But then another factor comes into the play and that ruins the whole thing. That is the expectation of the result. And as we are doing something with expecting certain results, and in our world, time is everything. We normally set up some management target, like within 2 months, this problem will be solved. If it doesn't solve within 2 months, we feel like a failure. So you need to save yourself from that as well. Whoever walked the path on the spirituality, that is where they surrender. They do their whatever possible, their best. They know it will sort out the problem. Still, they don't expect the result. The result, they surrender. And that is why that, it is a Mahaphaleshu Kadachana, that is the thing it came. Okay, so you do your bit. So my advice is you do your duty. First, you empower yourself, be in a position, put your mask yourself, you save yourself first. Come in a position so that you can help, and while helping, don't get, try to help it out. If one attempt doesn't happen, give any number of attempts till it comes out. After that also, you don't expect that result. You surrender. How you surrender? He said, not everything in my hand. I don't know what the other person, their karma is. I don't know what their soul's plan is. Maybe their soul's plan is to evolve through these experiences. Who am I to cut short that, thinking it will be better for them? Not necessarily. Okay. You do your bit, rest you leave it to the divine. By doing so, you keep peace of mind. Okay. So that, because you have to genuinely do your best. If there is any shortfall in that, you will pretend to do, just like the puzzle not fit the thing will happen. Because what will happen, if you think you have done enough, but actually you know you could have done more. You have a capacity, you didn't do. Whatever be the reason, you have hundreds of excuses. There is no dearth of excuses in our world. Okay. In that case, what will happen is, no matter what happens, positive or negative, later on you will regret, I could have done more, then things could have been different. But that time it is too late. Repentance or that kind of guilt feeling is one of the major reasons for people to fall down from their own vibration. That is the reason they are not progressing well spiritually. So you have to clear your conscience. You have to actually do your best to come to the level of the neutral position. You don't have any guilty feeling. Doesn't matter what happened to the person you are helping. Maybe you're helping some aged person, that person died. I gave my example of my father, but I know I have done my best. I have no regret. I could have done more. It is not possible that I could have done more. That gave me the peace of mind. That opportunity will come and go. No? Suppose I don't do proper thing and I don't put the proper treatment for my father, and father expired finally. Maybe he would have expired anyway. But the rest of the life I am feeling guilty. No? I could have done more. I could have, that time I had this much amount of money in the bank. I could have spent that. And no if and but. That time, that is the time. Give the help when it is needed. Not thinking about it, not doing it and repent later. And that's the pattern of almost 90% of the people. We have to work on that to come them out of that feeling because they are not progressing well. One of them is guilty feeling. Okay, you do your best and then you rest, you leave it to the divine. Still something may not happen. Still that patient may die. Still they not recover. Still you lose some money. It's okay. But don't judge yourself. I said, I have done my best and rest, you leave it to the divine. Always there is a divine justice. It is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. So we have to come to that level of understanding that whatever is happening, that is happening for our own purpose is to experience life. It is giving us that experiences. And people come to who has seen the full puzzle. They know that everything is happening for a purpose. There is no such thing called, something like no purpose or useless thing. Everything is counted for. Everything has a purpose. The Aesop's fables, that the stories, what we read in the childhood, in the books. There was a story I'm just telling, we'll conclude with that small story. I was going through some video things and I saw somebody in some other country, they are, saying the story. I said, oh, I heard it quite some time. The story was that this comes from this, that everything happens for good. Yeah. The story of a king, he went to like a forest for hunting. Yeah. And he has his personal assistant with him. And they lost in the forest, going deep into the forest. So I think something happened in the dark by mistake. The sword has fallen, the king's sword, and it cut his big toe. Then there are a lot of what is called the blood was going on and all those things. So the king was feeling pain, and then he asked this fellow. So He says, "Oh, why this is happening? This is not a good thing, good sign for me that it is happening when I came for the forest for that hunting, and this has happened to me. I'm feeling pain." He said, "Whatever happens, happens for good." The king got furious. He ordered that the guard or royal guard to go and put him into jail. Why I'm feeling pain and he's talking about nonsense. Everything happens for good. That time what happens is that he was jailed into the kingdom, and he continued this what is called hunting. In the night time, one group of tribals came, and they have what is called stolen that what is called the king, and they take him to the mountain in the deep forest, and the tribals, and their ritual is to give human sacrifice to their deity. So I think next night was a full moon or something, so they kept that king locked and key, and then next morning they are preparing him for the sacrifice, for that night, evening. Then that tribal king, they came and observed this king and found his big toe is cut. And he said, "No, we cannot offer him because he has some defect in his body. We cannot offer our deity some body with the defect." So they have no other choice to release him. So then he finally came back to his kingdom, and then immediately go to that the jail and meet with that his assistant, who was telling all the time that everything happens for good. Then he went, met him in jail, and he said, "I'm so sorry that I put you into jail, but what happened? It's like a miracle. I was captured by the tribals, and then they put me almost into the sacrifice tonight, and then they found out my big toe is cut, and then they released me because I am defective. They cannot be offered for the king, for the god." See, it is for me. It is now I can understand. You mentioned correctly that it is whatever happens for good. That time I didn't understand, so I'm sorry that I misunderstood you and I put you into all the trouble. Then, what is the assistant? He said, No, king, please don't think that you have done something wrong to me. Think of a scenario that I was with you, still with you, didn't jail me. Then they capture us both. As they find some defect in you, they could have put me into that. So that's good thing you did jail me so that I am alive also, So the moral of the story is that's why it is proved that whatever happens for good. Only thing you have to wait for that, Shraddha and Saburi, ultimate good. That's why whatever we pray for, it is for our ultimate good, not necessarily is for immediate good. Okay. With this, I will conclude the session. Now session is open for question answer. Anybody would like to ask any question?
Thank you so much.
Okay. God bless you. Let me save the attendees. All right, I just saved all the attendees. Okay, any question? So if there is no question, then we'll conclude for today. So we will chant some 3 Om chanting, then we, chant Shanti part, and then we conclude our session for today. All right. Oh. So what happens is that through breathing, that oxygen comes, into our body, and that oxygen goes into our bloodstream, and that blood goes into our different cells. So that is how scientifically it is done. Okay.
Correct.
But from the energetic understanding is that at the sandhikal, where the breathing ends, okay, in the sandhikal, that is the air converts into prana. That transformation happens at the sandhikal. It changes the state from the physical to energetic.
Okay.
From air to prana. Okay. So from pavan, which is the air, to get in the, you can say the shakti, or that is transformation happens in the sandhikal.
Correct.
So that's why sandhikal is important. Sandhikal is a point of transformation, where the physical level element of air gets converted into the pranic energy.
Right, Guruji.
Then energy goes into our body through the bloodstream and the nervous system and all these kind of things. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how it happens, but scientifically, it is the mechanism of oxygen that gets into the bloodstream and then pumps by the heart and then goes into all the cells. Yeah, that is what it happened.
Okay. Second one, Guruji, now since all of us realize now that we are not merely the body or the mind or the senses, and we are souls. Now, how to see everyone else as a soul?
Okay.
Practical aspects, like somebody is an officer, somebody is selling vegetables on the market, somebody is lower class clerk, you are other higher pedestal. So how to see the soul aspect while there are differentiations as far as the status is concerned, or as far as the other differentiations exist?
Yeah, okay. See, for that you have to activate your own third eye to get everybody as the soul.
Okay.
But it is easy. It's a process. So basically I'm saying forget about others. First you activate yours. It is like then we call it like you fly high.
Understood.
So once you change your vision, the angle of vision, the configuration of others will also change, because you are looking for a height.
Okay.
Then you can see everything, not only the small vision rather than the top view.
Okay.
But the peripheral, I'm just giving analogy to make you understand. So it is basically your vibrational shift that makes you to see others as a soul, or not as a soul, in totality.
Okay.
Means you can see them in all levels. You can think that, okay, their lower self is thinking that way. But then you'll be able to see their aura and things like that. Yeah. So some people may be extremely stupid, but spiritually evolved. Okay, you will be able to distinguish that.
Right.
Some people may be verbally abusive, but by heart they're very good. So you will overcome the filter of verbal abuse and go to see their goodness into that. Because you will not get distracted by their behavior. Things like that.
Right.
But the key to go there is your own evolution.
Right.
You cannot see looking at the bottom and see no, you cannot have that look.
Right.
You have to forget about that. Raise yourself up.
Right.
So that you can see it in the totality. Uska aage kya hai, piche kya hai, everything you will see. Okay.
Right.
It will happen. You need not to do anything. So fundamentally raise your vibration. You will reach to the place. More higher you go, better view you will have.
Understood.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, sorry.
God bless.
Sorry. Couldn't tell you.
No, that's fine. I saw you unmuted, so that's a good thing. I was because nobody was asking questions, so then I stopped. No issues. That's fine. We still have time. All right. Okay. Vani. God bless you. Vani.
Sorry, Guruji, I have one quick question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So when it comes to we can cultivate no expectations, but sometimes because we are tuned in such a way that if we don't see the results, then we can think that we are not doing enough or we are not putting the right efforts. So how do we know that we are putting the right efforts even if we don't get the results?
Yeah. No. You follow. That's what I'm saying. It's important to communicate with your higher self who knows everything. Particularly the good, bad thing. All of us, whether we are spiritual or not, we have the instrument built into us. Something we say, something we do, we inherently know whether I'm doing it good thing or I'm intentionally doing some bad thing, some certain, egoistic, to meet some egoistic thing, like self-satisfaction and be in the higher pedestal than others. Yeah, we know it. We cannot miss it. If you go to because energy, we pick up the energetic vibes of that. That's why we know it. If you enter into the place, okay, or you go to a new city, okay, and you go and visit one, street, or you're walking on the street, you will inherently know whether this road is safe or not. It is, it is okay or not, or there is some kind of vibe you are saying it is not comfortable. You don't know why, but you can feel it. You cannot miss it.
Okay.
Same here. Okay. You will inherently know from the vibes.
Okay.
Or at least there is something wrong here. I don't know why, but I'm not feeling comfortable in this environment. I'm not feeling comfortable in communicating with this person. That person has not done anything wrong to you, no harm. But inherently, you will know it. That this is not very, conducive thing, or better to avoid this and things like that. So you will not be able to miss it.
Okay.
Okay, you will know it. But so far as the results are concerned, then my advice will be just lift the time business, the giving time scale, no? Like milestone. That is, we are conditioned in our official system and things like that. We are conditioned the managerial tactics of time, target, meeting the target, and things like that. So drop that idea, because it is your life. It is not the job. Okay. So means if in the job scenario, it's very tough, you can change the job, but it is your life. You cannot change it that easily. Okay. So what you need to do, you have to learn to give your best and you wait for the result. Shraddha and Saburi. That's why it is coming. Because our soul point of view, this is also our lessons learned. And the fact of the matter is that we learn when we face the hardness. Softly looking at others, we don't learn.
Yes.
Even though if we could have learned it, this situation would not have happened in our life to start with.
Yes.
Okay. So you come to a level where it really does not matter. I have done my bit. If it happens, good. I'll be happy. If it doesn't happen, that is also okay. Maybe that was my destiny. It's okay. Then this stage is called equanimity.
Okay.
Okay, good, bad, both are equal. Okay. So if you come to the equanimity, you go beyond good and bad. And that's where the spirituality belongs.
Okay.
Okay. Because you are untouched by this.
Okay.
When you go there, things will autocorrect itself and it will go where it should be.
Okay.
It is quite possible, because of our limited understanding, we are pushing at a certain outcome. But maybe that is not good for us. You will face a lot of resistance. But if we keep on doing, if it has to happen, it will definitely happen. Not immediately, but it will. And if it is not meant for us, maybe it will harmful for us, then no matter what we do, it will not happen.
Okay.
Okay, but let the matter, leave it to the divine, and then we do our bit, and then we follow it. Then we are If you are not attached to the outcome, you will be peaceful. Because that also is surrendered.
Okay.
Okay, that is the way we deal with it.
Okay. Quick question, one
Yes.
more. Like generally, there is some kind of a relationship. I mean, I feel that there's a relationship between having patience and not trying enough, or laziness, or something like that.
Yeah.
That is not true, right? I mean, it's a wrong understanding.
We call it leveling. You are leveling, yourself as I am lazy or I am not good enough. Or these are levels.
Mhm.
But you have to genuinely put your best effort.
Okay.
Forget about what happens.
Mhm.
Okay. But why? Because I was explaining earlier, that is to avoid your own guilty feeling. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. No need to be champion and the best mom in the world or best wife in the world. No, nobody will give you Nobel Prize for that. But only thing is you have to be peaceful.
Okay.
This is not the last thing. Many events will come, but you have, unless until you are peaceful, you will not be able to experience those things.
Mhm.
You get stuck into one event. And then in worst case, you will blame yourself and go into poor me syndrome. That is spiral down. Again, it will lower your vibration, maybe in worst case, it will need the medical help, psychiatric help to do that. Yeah.
Mhm.
No need. It's too expensive for any life event you suffer like that.
Okay.
No, nahi hoga to nahi hoga, dekha jayega. It's okay. Let go. If it has to happen, it will come anyway. Okay,
Okay.
come to that level. Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, we will be very happy if it comes. We will not reject. I'm not saying reject all good things in life. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying if it does not come, don't feel anything happened because of XYZ or because of your fault, somebody else's fault on this and that. And that the guilty feeling or victim attitude will come out with.
Okay.
That's all. Okay, things will happen and eventually it will fall in place.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Okay. God bless you. Rashmi?
Sir, we were talking about souls coming, so many souls. So we have heard of different lokas like Brahma Loka or Swarga, Naraka and all. So will souls go through all that or they'll remain in the eternal universe and based on their choice, based on the soul's decision, they'll come back to earth again?
No, that is completely soul's decision. And in between where they will stay, that I read one book, two sons, they met into accident, they gone from the other side, they have given to their mother the channeling messages that I read. Yeah? So anyway, so there are levels where you belong. That depends upon which type of experience you have on the other side. There is no such thing called Swarga and Narak in that sense. Okay, but there are vibrational domains. Lower vibrations are heavy. It's difficult. Like, suppose it is like air is polluted and thing like this, very heavy. And go into the lighter version, you enjoy. Nice breeze and all this kind of thing. Same there. The different vibrational domains. As per your karmic thing, whatever you gained, the karma, I call it is a spiritual bank balance. Okay. In that dimension, based of your karma and based on your spiritual evolution, you go into that domain because that matches with your frequency. So in between two birds, you remain there. Your experience also changed because the vibration is that higher vibration. When you have done some criminal activity, you go into the lower vibration. And both are non-physical. Okay. In Hinduism, that immediately after death, where people go, they call it Pitrulok. Okay. Anyway, what name it called doesn't matter. Don't get confused with it. Just understand with the different vibrational levels, based on your karmic thing, whatever you gain, you go to that level. Like whatever your budget you have, you check into that kind of hotel, no? Whenever you go to any other city or something. Yeah. So you have filthy rich, you check into the 5-star hotel. That's all. So your experience will change. And if you are struggling with the money, you go to Dharamshala. So their experience will be different. Same here. So like that. But there is no fixed thing that where it is still soul's choice. Just let me give you just one information. If you attain the higher one, you choose to live in the lower one. But the opposite is not true. If you have not done enough karmic thing, you have been given, entitled into some denser vibration. On your own, you cannot go to the higher. You didn't earn it in the soul's point of view. But if you are at the topmost level, you can go to any level of your choice. All lower levels are acceptable. You can come and meet with somebody, you know your soul family, you can come and meet them, no matter where they are. That is all possible if you have yourself have access to the higher realm. But at the same time, no need to wait after the death. Even during meditation, we can go and visit there. Okay. We can go and, every night during deep sleep, our soul, visits our soul family there, even though who are departed from here. Every night, we ourselves, we go. Everything, only thing is don't have that awareness. That's all.
Okay.
All are possible. And I, not only death, even I don't recommend during the sleep also, because you don't remember. Do meditate and connect. We have a fourth body, knowledge body. With our fourth body, you connect to the other fourth body and it will be there. Everything is known. We can go to any dimension. Many a times it so happened that we go into Rishi Loka and meet many there. They themselves, they don't know. Okay. Their other part, higher part is there. Okay. All right. Okay. God bless you.
I think the book is Laws of the Spirit World.
Yes. Book is Laws of the Spirit World. Correct. Yes. Okay. Dipanita, go ahead.
Pranam Rajdeepankar.
Pranam.
Yesterday was a full moon day. I just felt a lot of like a different level of positive vibrations. I was curious whether this is something in my mind or whether really the full moon has an impact on energies on the body.
No. Full moon has a completely different impact. Okay. Because in the full moon, we get the maximum energy from the celestial body. Moon is the nearest, right, from the earth. And we got to see the full, the bright faces of the moon, and it changes. I'm just giving some practical example, like a tidal variations are higher. And moon has a direct link with our mind. So full moon is having maximum impact of the all other moon cycle, lunar cycle. Full moon, we have a maximum impact. In this energy, whatever you do, that magnified. Do means mental activity gets magnified. If somebody's mind is chaotic, then it increases the chaos in the mind. And that's why you might have seen there is some people who are crazy, they call lunatic. Lun is the moon. Okay, from lunar, lunatic has come. Means they increase the craziness of people because their mind is fluctuating. It is like a sea surface. The waves will be much, much higher and lower because of the tidal effect. But on the other side, if you maintain through spiritual practices, you maintain the calmness, you go much, much deeper into meditation because it enhances the calm. It is just like a magnifying glass. Whatever is there in the mind, it magnifies. So if your mind is crazy, it will increase the craziness. If the mind is meditative, it is increase the meditational effect. That's why full moon meditation is one of the best time to meditate. Okay, so whatever you are facing, it shows you are energetically sensitive. Yeah, and it is indeed it has an effect on our mind. And particularly if we do spiritual practice, calm down the mind, we can feel that, difference during the full moon day. Night. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bless you. All right. I think I saw someone else's hand also. No? Okay. Rashmi, I think already I have answered your question. So, you have anything else? No? Okay. All right. So then we will conclude our today's session. So we'll go into Shanti part and conclude it. Okay.